Something was bothering me about the first run. So, the first run, I was following the patterns of the ones. That's saying that we're making a high input. However, when you actually press the buttons, you're creating a low signal. So it's backwards. Normally, what you'd want to do is you would want, when you press C, to get a high output, which is in fact what the MC is supposed to do. But that's not in line with what we're actually doing. So when I press C, that should turn it off. But if we view it, these are different rows, not columns. They're in rows. So if I can make that any more clear, it'd be like this. Yeah, those three are together. So what we're actually doing is we're sending low signals or creating low signals by pressing each of the switches. A, B, and C is a switch on their own, three different switches. So if I press A and B, that creates a low, which leaves C as a high state. So I've changed the code since the last video. All I had to do was change this from a 0-4 to a 0A. Strange, I know. Bear with me. So A would be this one in the middle, just like it was over there on the screen. So at 0-4, it would be focusing. The code is behaving strange. It should be, if I just press the middle one, which is 4, that I would get the output. But no, I had to switch that to A to see that those two were high. So when I press the 0 and those two are high, or I create a low state in the middle and the other two remain high, I get a 1 output. So to prove that, I'm going to press the two sides right here. See the middle's open? 0. So A and C. A is top, C is on the bottom. So I press those two, nothing. I just press B, the middle one, I get an output. So these two, oddly enough, are remaining in a high state. That sends it low, creates a high output. That was what I didn't have before. I was following the ones, like I said earlier, but now I'm following the zeros. So that should mean if I press A and B, I also get a high output. A and B is high. Or sorry, I send these two inputs low and I get a high output. That's what I meant to say. Same thing with B. I make B go low, I get a high output. I just press C, I get a high output. So I send C low, high output. Just like right here. I sent C low, high output. I sent B low, high output. A and B, low equals high output. So that is more emblematic of what the truth table is supposed to be doing, given with the way that the microcontroller is set up in this experiment. So if I scroll up here and I show you, see over here we have 1, 2, and 3. I don't necessarily have these in any given order, but we know that C, B, and A, you can view it sideways, or this is the bottom, this is the top. Notice how we have a constant stream through a resistor to a high state. So by pressing the C push button, I'll be taking this signal and sending it to ground, which is creating a low state. Same would be for any of these other three push buttons. So that was a mistake I wanted to rectify. So I'll be sending this video to you as well, Tony. But while I'm at it, let's just go through and prove the table. We've already proven the way it's supposed to work. Let's make sure that's still the case. So if I press A and C, nothing. I press just A, the top one right there, nothing. I see here. So I press B and C. Hard to tell because it's so compact. Yeah, that one on the end. So B and C are being pressed, nothing, which is that one. And again, if I press all three, so we'll go C, B, A, nothing. Little glint there from C getting some a high state. But yeah, okay, so now that is in context. That's the way it's supposed to be, because that's what we're doing. We're pressing to make low states. Just create, because the highs here are already there naturally. They're just already connected. We're telling it what low state to go to, and my code now does that. So sweet.